All right, guys, here we are with Robert Jack. He went
Hey.
undefeated at the tournament today, and
Undefeated.
I'm going to have him show off his deck profile to you. And
Something you've never seen before, I promise you that. So here's what we've got going on today. I decided to go with some mono green Android action. Got a couple little black cards in there, but Cell's my favorite villain, and I told myself once they drop Cell cards in Cell 2 and Set 2, basically that I'm going to run Cell, like broken or not. Hey, it's in my favor, it's broken, cool. So basically, the thing with droids, the reason why I like them is that they have a backup plan. I love options, so the whole goal is to just scare the crap out of your opponent the whole time. So they're worried about the cell chain where they discard down to 3 or they get critted to death with your little goons. So here, let's go ahead and begin the deck profile, shall we? So first off, we've got 3 create androids. Boom. Draw a card, draw 2 cards, put 1 in the drop area. So that plus this, that's 2 cards in the drop area. It's just some filtering. It's probably best. I mean, sometimes you could do it early game, but turn 3 or 4, that's probably where I like to do it. If I don't have cell chain, you could just play one of your little critters and play one of this to supplement that. If you don't have like a baby Android 20 out. If you're wondering like, hey, what's baby Android 20? That's this thing right here. Such a boost, love it. Look at top 3 for a droid, put it in your hand. Droid as an android trait, so you can get the imperfect cell, you can get the 3-drop mirror, that's a black card that discards a card from your hand, and just the synergies A1, you can't beat it really, unless you have bloodlust and a bunch of counters and stuff, but the hood's all good, it's okay, everything's got a counter, and that's what's fun about the game. Then we got 3 Android 20, classic OG from set 2. At this point, because a lot of people play around the cell chain anyway, I find that I usually just grab the 16 with it, your super combo, which is this right here, broken. Broken, like it's so not fun to play against, but it feels so good when you have a ton of them in your hand and you're just plotting out like, oh, he's about to have no hand. Oh man, he's gonna be mad. He's gonna punch me in the face. This is you get punched in the face card right here. And then to supplement those, the hold hand discarding thing, we're gonna discard the extension of their hand, which is their life. So we're gonna run a max out of the crits. Holler at me, I want to foil these babies out. Holler at me if you got them. And then for the 18, I mean the 17, you can activate main like before you swing, and you can actually do it after you swing as well. And if, long story short, if a skill, including critical mind you, because that's usually the only way you do it, pops or 3 or less, you can play an 18 from the hand. And then this is basically the reverse. Like if you pop a 4 or less, pop another 3 or less. So it's basically just some extra board clear. I usually don't use them that way because the thing with the cell chain, you got to kind of like commit to whatever you want to do. So I find that I never find that I'm playing like 4 different of these dudes at once on one turn, kind of like how set 2 would do with the Sensu Bean or whatever. Like, I usually just use them as a crit. I use 17 if I'm lucky, then play the 18 for free. Or the twin sister, which we run 2 of here, just to supplement that. And then we have 1 Chilling Terror. You're probably like, why aren't you running 3 or 4? Just because I can search for it, and they're playing around the cell chain anyway. Why would I have to run 4 of those? So I just don't think. You can maybe bump it up to 2, but I just found that it was always just a little clunky. And you know, like we've got, like anyone with half a brain is going to run something in their deck that runs a 3 or less, so it's just going to get gone real quick. So I guess it could get bumped up by another copy, but I wanted to just try one and see if I got away with it. And I didn't play it at all day, and when I did have an opportunity to, it was against Beerus Leader, so why would I even do that? And then we got a couple little supplemental cards. We'll just end the Android lineup here with 2 of the big boys. Shutting the game down, wins games, busted. Shout out to Julian for showing me the light with that. And we got 118. I could bump this up again or maybe side one and just kind of choose, like kind of to have fun, like which one do I like, because they're both amazing in certain situations. I probably would like to bump another one of these up just in case, but at times it does prove a little cloggy, so it was okay. You can always tutor for stuff. That's what's cool about the deck. You can always just search for whatever you want because everything's a droid. And then when it comes to the boogeyman of the deck, we're gonna actually nope, we're not boogeymaning it yet. We're gonna go ahead and have another supplemental card. Just one. It's a flex slot, really. I just wanted something else that could kind of pop a little something. And then here's something that I don't know why people aren't running anymore. Maybe because that Increasing Evil Mass Saiyan card, that's really good. You like grab a life and you can warp like a 4-less or 5-less or something like that. And I did run those initially, and I honestly just forgot them, so I decided to run Power Stealing Cell instead. Just something else to grab with the cell chain. And Tien is so crucial with droids. I feel like it's worth just having the extra, quote, dead cards, just because if anyone stalls, you absolutely need Tien. I might even bump this back up to 3, just because I want to make sure that I can not only get to Awakening level, I can get to 4 life. And if it means I can build my hand up and get down to 4 life, a lot of people ask, hey, man, where you cheating? Getting all this hand, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Man, I'll skip charging, turn 3 or 4 if I don't have the cell chain, and, just kind of build my hand up until I draw what I need to. But anyways, when it comes to Self-Awakening, you want a little something. You could, if you're in a more competitive environment, we're competitive, but, it's on the smaller side of locals, so you could potentially bump these up. You can bump these up. You could bump Power Stealing up 1 if you want, but honestly, I wouldn't. I would just bump Tien up by 1 most likely. Maybe drop a Crate Android, because it's kind of, you can get away with running 2 of that. And then we go to the gangsta of the deck, Cell. Why you run Cell? Because Cell's my favorite villain, duh. So yeah, basically, boom. You know what he does. Pop a dude. Don't forget your 5-5 to 5-7 combo you can do, just to blow up the whole board if you really want to. But if you have luck like me, you're going to draw your cell pieces anyway. So it is what it is. And then, boom, kill your hand. This is what they're afraid of. I played it once. Why? Because people know how to play around cell chain. So you just kind of play a little weird. The way I would actually do it, I would just kind of crit away at them, kind of chip away. Like, what are they doing? Why is he? Where's the cell chain? Where is it? Like, nah, don't need it. It's cool. And then for the black cards, got Mira. This was initially Time Patrol Trunks. I could also see, dropping maybe 1 copy of this, maybe this Android 14, because it's kind of, and maybe a twin sister, because it's not all that. I just like the late game. You could do some cute stuff like that. And here, they hate on winners, so what can you do? Basically, discard a card from their hand. Yeah, champion, son, what'd it do? Come holler at me. Discard a card from their hand when they're playing it. I saw this, like, what? This is fly. Okay, have fun. Discard down to 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Here's 0. No hand. Good game. And then 2 Mass Saiyan to round it off. You could do Scientist Fu, but out of all my best of 3s, my main win condition was honestly just filtering my deck and having them scared of the cell chain, crit them down a little bit, and finish them off with Mass Saiyan. I could bump this up to 3 easily. I'd say the only thing is, if you're not running the veggie lineup, which is cool with androids, I guess, but I just feel it's kind of wonky and a little inconsistent, I'd rather just run Mass Saiyan and go for it. And it only costs 1, so you could do some G shit. Like, you could, play that or play that, dump their hand, or play like a little Dr. Gero or whatever, and combo up to 15, and they're not going to block that, especially if their hand's already low anyway. Get them from 3 to 2, they have 1 card in their hand, boom, good game, son. Good, they're done. They're done. So, yeah, basically that's the deck. You can definitely tweak it to your liking, but if you're looking for a good starting point,
It's a starter deck.
it's a starter deck. This is how you win your humongous locals. You play the most broken thing you can think of. Pray they don't draw Bloodlust. And, we'll just have a grand old time. So once again, this is Robert Jack, also known as Rob Jack, RJ, whatever you want to call me. Thank you so much for everyone being so awesome to me. And you guys, keep it super.